Alicia here on my channel We to 3, back with another Trying to Conceive cycle update. It feels like it's been forever since I updated you guys, and it has been. It's been 2 weeks since I've given you a cycle update, and that is because last week I was out of town. I was in Mexico on vacation, so I put up a What's in Our Hope Chest video instead, and then by the time we got back, like, so much had been going on, I just decided to wait to do my next cycle update until this Monday, which is today. So, I know I kind of left you on a cliffhanger, but if you've been watching my Tumblr blog, which is down in the description below is the link for it, you'll know that unfortunately my cycle did show up. So I have started a new cycle. It's cycle 12 in our Trying to Conceive journey, and it started not last Friday but the Friday before. So it started actually 10 days post when I ovulated. So I ovulated on day 33 of that cycle, of cycle 11, and then 10 days and then my cycle started. So there are a couple things going on there. I mean, A, it's really good that I ovulated that cycle, and B, it was really nice to not have to do Provera that cycle to have an induced ant flow, but I ovulated really late, which is cycle day 33. Man, that's not a good day to ovulate. And I also had a 10-day luteal phase, which has never happened to me before. My luteal phases, even though my cycles are erratic, have usually been 12 to 14 days consistently. So that kind of freaks me out a little bit. I know that, like, right now we're just trying to get my cycle back on track, but it is really concerning to me that my luteal phase was so short. Hopefully this cycle, cycle number 12, is just like a gigantic reset. That's kind of what I'm hoping for with this cycle and where it's going and how it's looking. I think that last cycle was the first full cycle that I was seeing a naturopath and getting acupuncture and doing natural remedies for my PCOS. And so hopefully that was the weird cycle and this gets to be a normal one. I mean, it got closer to normal, but it still wasn't quite there. So that's my hope for this cycle. I am currently on cycle day 11 of cycle number 12. So my cycles, by the way, match with the dates of the calendar right now. I'm a magician. I don't know how that happened, but I'm pretty excited about it. That satisfies so much, like, of my OCD deep down in my soul that it matches. Also, a lot easier to remember. So, cycle day 11 is what I'm on right now. Because I have a lot of new subscribers, and I know some of you won't go back and watch all of my previous Trying to Conceive updates, I am just going to do a quick run through of the supplements and the things I am doing this cycle to try and get pregnant. I have added a couple new supplements since my last cycle, so I'm just going to do another quick run through. That way you always know when I film a new cycle update exactly what's happening. So one of the things I always do, my basal body temperature. I take it every morning at 4:45 a.m. So that is a whole part of it. I also chart my CM, my cervical mucus, and my CP, my cervical position, every day. The other things that I am trying to do are taking natural supplements that are either A, prescribed by my naturopath, or B, things that I have researched myself and just decided to take. So let's just knock right through them because I have a lot. The first one is a Prenatal Vitamin with DHA added. I've done a little bit of research, and the Nature Made brand was kind of the best choice for me as far as, like, value and what's in it. The next thing I take is inositol, which is in the B vitamin family. I take 2 scoops of this powder a day with liquid, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I also have just began to take red raspberry leaf capsules. I had been trying to get enough tea in every day of red raspberry leaf to not have to take capsules, but I have failed miserably at that. So I moved on to the capsules. I take 2 a day, and this is part of my nighttime routine, so I take 2 at night. The other new supplement that I have this cycle is Vitex. And Vitex is one that I've heard repeatedly about. People talk about it all the time. So I decided to see what all the fuss is about. I take 2 of these a day, and I think the bottle says to do that for 8 to 12 weeks and then to take it down to 1 a day. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm taking 2 a day right now, and then in 2 cycles I'll just knock it down to 1 or stop taking it. I take 1 in the morning and 1 at night. So I'm splitting those ones up. The only other thing that I take besides my Chinese herbs are the vitamin D3 3, the liquid, and I take 4 droppers of this, not dropperfuls, drops, 4 drops of this a day, which is about 4,000 IU. And I think when we get closer into summer, I'm gonna bring that down a little bit, just because it'll start to get sunny here in Oregon finally. So, but right now that's how much I'm taking. And I would take this even if I wasn't trying to conceive. It's amazing for my energy levels, and just my body feels better on it in general. The last 2 are things that were prescribed to me by my naturopath and were provided by her. So these are the only things out of my list that I'm kind of like, don't just go out and buy them on your own, just because I don't know enough about them to say that. And all of this is obviously, do your own research, ask your doctor about all the things I take. Don't take them just because I'm taking them, because clearly I'm not pregnant yet. I'm not the authority on what will get you pregnant. So, but that being said, I do take 8 Chinese herbs pills of these combined a day. It's 4 in the morning and 4 at night. So as you can tell, I have gone supplement crazy. I have all the supplements ever. The only one I think I'm missing that comes highly recommended is maca root, and I'm not taking that because of weight gain side effects that some people have reported. I'm not even gonna mess with that if that's part of the side effects. I don't care what magical things it does, I'm not doing it. So I'm up to 13 pills a day, no big, totally fine. You know, 13, it's fine. Just, that's how many. Other things for this cycle, OPKs. I am going to be taking OPKs. I did take one yesterday, which is cycle day 10, and it was so light that I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to start taking them until maybe cycle day 12 or 14 on a regular basis. I do take them in the afternoon once a day, and I kind of like save them to see if there's a progression, and then if there's not, I kind of chuck them and then wait to see one. We'll see how that goes. I like OPKs and I also don't. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this cycle. My next naturopath appointment is tomorrow, which is Tuesday. And I have a list about this long of things to ask her after last cycle finished. A couple of things like, do I need to keep getting acupuncture every single week? Like, would she recommend that? I also have a question about whether or not I should be doing fertility massage. I also have questions about analysis of my husband. We're not on the same insurance, and we are not at a fertility clinic right now. We're just through our primary care. So I'm wondering if it's even possible to get one done if he goes and requests it. That's one thing we want to check on. Gosh, I can't even off the top of my head think about how many questions I have for her, but I have a lot. Oh, an HSG. I still feel really strongly like we should just order one. Just check it. I'm not sure if she has the authority. I think she does because she's my primary care physician to refer me to get one done. I have still not heard a clear enough answer about why it's not necessary, and I need someone to explain it to me like I'm 5, because I still feel like, why haven't we checked that? You know what I mean? So that's one thing I am going to ask her about. I'm also going to ask her about next cycle, doing progesterone checks throughout my cycle. Because of when my cycle started this time, I was out of town, so I couldn't even ask her about getting them done for this cycle. So kind of missed my window there. If you couldn't tell, I have a lot going on this cycle. I have a lot going on in my brain. Not that I'm like not feeling good about this cycle, because I am. I feel like the natural stuff that I'm using is helping. It's working in certain aspects. But I am, if you couldn't tell, getting kind of to the end of like my natural patience level about trying to conceive. I don't know if it's because like Mother's Day was yesterday, or just having another cycle not be the cycle I get pregnant. I don't know what it is, but I'm almost at that place where I'm kind of like, I don't care anymore, let's just do the Clomid. And I really don't love the idea of Clomid, so that's enough for you to know that like I'm reaching the end of what I can handle. I've been talking to my husband a lot about it, and my family and my friends, and just getting all sorts of opinions, because that was a step I didn't really necessarily want to jump straight into. But I think if this cycle is not very successful as far as managing my cycle, I think that I will be prepared mentally enough to say, you know, I've done a lot of things here to try and help it. Maybe we just move on. But I don't know. Like I said, I could change my mind next week. So all of that being said, and I mentioned it just a minute ago, and I didn't want to skirt around the issue, but yesterday was Mother's Day. And I don't know if it's I think it is having an effect on like how I feel about this cycle particularly, because yesterday was the hardest day I've had since my miscarriage. Blanket, like for sure, definitely the hardest. And I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and the wannabe mothers and the mothers who struggle, everyone, just people who struggle with their mothers. Happy Mother's Day. I mean, it's the best and the worst holiday ever. I mean, it's like two sides of a coin. Like, it either is really awesome and a great day and you just feel awesome about it, or it's literally like the worst day of the year. And I think there's not very much in between. Or maybe there is a big like gray area of how you feel about it. But yes, yesterday was terrible. I thank God for my husband. I mean, really, like, just what a peach. He's amazing. He put up with me being in the worst mood ever, like ever, and got me a card and flowers and just let me do what I wanted all day, which when I am in a bad mood is pretty much all you can do. Like, that's pretty much it. But we got to watch movies on the couch all day and just like snuggle. It was a good day to just let it go. And that's what we did. And I also I had a really, really sweet text message from one of my best friends who had a baby last year, and I almost can't talk about it on camera because it makes me that emotional, because it was just tender and adorable and I want to smother her face because I love her so much. But yeah, I mean, if you are going through infertility or you know someone going through infertility, please, Mother's Day, it's awful for them. Like, I mean, I guess not everyone, but like, you could at least, here's what you should be doing. You should A, ask them what they need, always. Just ask people what they need. B, you should just acknowledge them. Like, say, hey, I know today's probably really rough for you, just wanted to put it out there, I love you, thinking about you. That's all you gotta do. That is my only statement about Mother's Day, is like, just acknowledge people, ask them how they're feeling, talk to them, love love each other. I mean, Mother's Day was rough. I could do a whole video just on it, and I maybe might next Mother's Day, but I'm not going to this year because I just can't handle it. So, happy Mother's Day, and also F Mother's Day. It's both things. It's the two sides of a coin. I mean, I love mothers, and I hate Mother's Day. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm moving on. I'm letting it go. And that is actually it for me this week. I mean, I've shoved all of this together in one quick little video because I was gone for 2 weeks with updates and I didn't want to overwhelm everyone with thousands and thousands of topics. So thank you all so much for watching this video, for liking it, for commenting on it, for giving us a thumbs up and subscribing. I mean, I love all of you, and dearly, just dear to my heart, I love you. If you're ever wondering where I am, like on that cliffhanger where I wasn't sure whether or not I was pregnant and then did make a video for 2 weeks, you can always find more info down below in my Tumblr blog. I update it way more regularly. The link is down below. Thank you again for subscribing, commenting, thumbs up. I love your faces. I will see you next week with another Trying to Conceive update. Hopefully I will have a lot of answers from my naturopath and a whole update about whether or not I ovulated, which I'm fingers crossed for day 16 this month. That's my key date. Prayers for day 16. Positive energy, thoughts, yes, day 16. And that's it. Bye guys.